a little glitch. So we have our facilitator here with us. Let's welcome Mr. Timmy. He is the founder of B Mason. He has a recruiting agency, right? So he knows all about this. He knows all about recruiting, all about interviews, all about everything that concerns preparing yourself for it. Because let's face it, right? You can have all the skills, but if you do not know how to present yourself properly in an interview, you may not be able to let the recruiter know your value. So there's actually the way to go about interviews, right? The way to present yourself confidently, the way to sell yourself, the way to, relate with the interviewer, and you can show them the value that you're bringing into the company. So Mr. Timmy is here to teach us all about that so that we can be well prepared, right? We can be prepared with our skills and we'll be prepared with acing any interview room we step into. So let's all welcome Mr. Timmy. Let's show him some love by throwing some emojis. So Mr. Timmy, welcome. Over to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Wow, such a great day. So, first thing first, I would like us to, appreciate ourselves, you know, being in this meeting for today. So, I would like to share my screen. Then, after that, we'll move to, I would like to ask two questions. Okay, let me first ask the question before I share my screen. So, do you want me to do the whole talking? Do you just want me to, just do the whole rundown of the whole presentation, or do you want us to have a family meeting where we engage, we learn from each other, and you are open to ask question anytime by just signifying by raising your hand. And yes, so if you want me to just, go ahead and do the presentation, I would like you to just leave number 3 in the chat box. If you want us to have a family meeting, so I call it, where we learn, we talk about it, and yes, so it's going to be an interactive section. I would like you to leave number 7 in the chat box. So the more of 3, the more of 7 we get, will determine how this whole thing is going to go. I think we are not even getting 3 at all. Okay, there. So I think we are having a family meeting there. So this is the rule for the family meeting. So I'm going to thank you. So this is the rule for the family meeting. No wrong or right answers. So just you can say I don't know. Yeah. So family, we are all families here and we are learning from each other. So we'll engage and yes, we'll talk about it. So let me just give me some sec. Let me upload my screen. Thank you. So let me know. Just leave like number 1 if you can see my screen in the chat box. So everybody, we are good. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, so everyone can see my screen now. That's good. That's good. Okay, so let's move. So today is all about mastering the job interview. So before I delve deep into this whole thing, and so I usually say, starting from the point of preparation to the point of job offer, there are some things we need to do, which we know we've actually, covered part of it the last session we had. We talked about CV, creating, optimizing your CV for job and the lives, and what you need to have on your CV, what you do not need to have on your CV, and what you need to, check out. So we'd like to, hear from you. What are the key takeaways you guys, had from the last sessions, and what were you able to implement in your CV, moving forward. So like anyone, maybe two or three people to just, signify. And yes, you can talk and we'll move forward to the next. Anyone? Do we have people that attended the last CV session? Yeah. Oh, okay. So can you unmute? Who are the people? Can I unmute them, or who will be in charge of that? Or you can leave a message in the chat. Anyone is fine. So yeah.
I think they can actually unmute themselves.
Okay. So then I think yeah, you can, if you want to speak, you can just unmute, but one at a time. You introduce yourself, your name, and you just tell us a little bit about yourself. Then talk about one or two things you'll be able to implement. We just want to have this in less than 5 minutes, please.
Okay, I just want to say a few things. So, aside from my general CV, I generated a CV that has to do with just data analyst. And although I haven't had any experience aside from this internship, so I implemented that, and most of my project I've done, and I think that was just it.
Thank you. You didn't tell us your name.
Okay, sorry, my name is Babatunde Dusono.
Oh, Mr. Matt today. Well,
Yes,
it's very nice having you on the call today. And you also learn one or two things, when it comes to experience, how you can sell yourself. We'll get there. Just watch out for that. Anybody?
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Matt today.
Okay.
Hello, good
Or should
evening.
I call names? Okay, I'm listening.
Good evening. My name is Onye Ogwejofo. So from the last section, what I got and implemented was to add matrix the to the things I did in my former job roles. Instead of writing what I did exactly, I should add matrix of how it went, and that's what I implemented.
Tell us your name. You didn't tell us your name. Name, please, so we know who.
Okay, my name is Onyinye
Okay,
Ogwejofo.
Oyinye. Okay, thank you. So we have one more person before we move forward.
Hi, good evening.
Oh, Favor. Yeah, right.
Good evening. My name is Favor.
Okay.
Okay, so from the last CV, even though I was in and out a couple of times during the lecture time, but I think I was able to pick up some things like the importance of listing out the things that you could possibly do, like your offers. I think okay, let's say I have a portfolio, right? A portfolio that is not really like a portfolio because my portfolio is just medium, right? And I kind of like from the last this thing, I realized that medium is I can't really call it. It's not a standard or professional portfolio in that sense. It's
Mm.
good for writing and maybe for writing of reports and all that, but it doesn't really do the job. So from what I got, I tried building something um, in Canva, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
think I've also kind of like moved on from that because I'm currently working on a website for my portfolio and hoping to like now implement everything that I got uh from the lecture time into the website. So that's it.
Wow. 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 That's very nice. Fantastic. That's great. That's great things. Wow. So let's move forward then. I think, yeah, we are all good. So what comes to your mind? How do you feel? Okay, let me. Okay, I think yeah. Yeah. Okay. So so how do you usually feel before an interview? I want you to leave like a chat. Like I want you to just give me how you usually feel, you know, w- when you get a mail that, oh, you've been shortlisted and you'll be having your interview, let's say on Friday, on Tuesday, in 3 days' time, 2 days' time, 24 hours' time. So are you always, nervous, confident, or, curious about everything? I want to see some chats. How do you feel? Nervous. Let me see. Let me see what we have more. Wow, nervous, nervous, nervous. I think I'm not the only one here then. So many of us are always feeling like that. Yes, it's nice. It's nice for us to, feel nervous. But you just have to, know how to use that. So yeah, we've already done the brief cap of what we learned last session. So I'll just be moving forward. So So let's move to the third slide. So, okay, I wanted to explain. I already gave you expo. So, let's say, as I said, if you get a mail from a talent acquisition personnel or an HR that you've been selected, you'll be having your interview in the next 24 hours, maybe a physical one or virtual one, regardless. What are the things you think you need to do, to prepare for that interview? I would like, you to just leave some message in the chat box. So what are the things you think you need to, prepare? What are the things you need to look out for before, going to that interview? What are the things you need to be aware of? So, knowing more about the company. Wow, that's great. Yeah, we again. I love this. I love this room. We are very, interactive here. Okay. Read up on the companies. Okay. Then familiarize with your CV. Yeah, that's good. Fantastic. About the organization. That's great. Um, wow, that's fantastic. How to introduce and sell yourself. That's very nice. Wow. We can even end the session here. I see everybody is all on there, You guys have really done your assignment. Wow. So let's check some things that we need to know. That is going to guide the whole thing we are going to be doing today. So first, so I call it the interview checklist, which majority of applicants do not, care about in this day and age. But we need to, be confident and we need to do all these things so that yes, we've done the first part by getting the CV. The CV has gotten you to the door. Now it's now you to sell yourself. It's up to you now to sell yourself that yes, what is on that CV is the same thing as you, because we don't want to do what we ordered versus what we got. I don't know. So that's what we usually get online. So first thing first, as one of our persons said, he said research the company. We are going to do some, some exercise. So you need to be very ready and ready to do everything. So then you want to break down your C, you want to break down the job description, understand the job description. Then what next? Know your CV is very, very important. Know it in out. As we said in the last session, we don't want to ask you question based on your CV, what you wrote on your CV, and we're asking you question, and you're like, you are not even aware of it. So you need to be cautious about it. You want to also practice some common questions that that pops up almost all interviews. Anticipate, you look for different questions. What are the questions they might ask me? You want to prepare yourself for those questions. Yeah. Then also prepare your own what question. It is very sad after the whole interview and you ask an applicant, do you have any questions? And they say no. It shows that you're not even ready. So please, you need to have your own questions. That's one of the things we are going to be learning today. So I'll need two people that will help me out here. So I have two how will I call it? So now we want to check out two things. Where do you need to look out? Where do you need to um, get the right information about a company's? Where do you need to look? When you want to get information about a company that you will be interviewing. So is it the website or a LinkedIn profile? So I'll need two people that will help me read out this thing. So two people. I'll need a male and a female. So can you just signify by your hand raised? I need two people, just two. You have anybody? Anybody in the room? Just two people.
Sorry, I
Okay,
did not get the
favor.
question. You said you need two people to do what?
Yes, so
I'm not
you
volunteering, no.
okay. The text is not clear. Okay. Okay, so I need you to read. Okay, no, I'm going to enlarge it. Just I will do that. So you have to read, the LinkedIn job post, like the company's profile on job on LinkedIn, and we also compare it with the company's profile, like about us page on their website. So I did a screenshot of both. So we'll read them, and yes, we are going to analyze what we are able to pick out from this um, LinkedIn or the company's website. Just two people. Let me enlarge the whole thing so you can see it clearly. Can you see it now? So we'll start with the LinkedIn first. So this is for GIG. I mean, do you have anybody that is willing to?
Okay, is it just to read?
Yes, it's
I can
just
read
to
if it's reading.
read. So we need just two people.
Okay, I can read.
We need a
Okay,
male and a
I
female,
will
please.
volunteer for that.
Who are we picking now? So we need one person. Okay, one male, one female. Okay, so I think we have one male, one female already. So who is going first? Is it the male or the female? We have three hands here. Oh.
I'll have to go first.
Ayodele, Adeyemi, I think that's the guy, right? Guy.
Yes, sir. It's a guy,
Okay.
sir.
So we have Adeyemi and who? Um,
Personally,
no, just a female. We need one guy and
okay.
Adeyemi and someone. So we again. Okay.
I'll go. I'll take it then.
Okay. Okay. So let's start with Adeyemi. So you go first. So go with the overview of this LinkedIn companies the about us page. Can you read it out loud? Can you
Okay.
see it louder? Can you see it
Yeah.
clearly?
Yes, I can see it. I can see it here. I
Okay.
can see it now.
Okay. So you can proceed.
At GIGL, we pride ourselves as Africa leading technology driving logistic company.
Wait. Sorry, Adeyemi. Hold on first. So please, I want us to
Okay.
check out for these things. So we want to check out for the company's culture. Do you get? Want to have what they call it? Want to have a better understanding of the company's culture. So we want to see what can we get out of this LinkedIn profile and the one on their website. So which one is more detailed? So as we are reading, I want you to try and see what you're able to pick, because I'll be asking you, because this is something you will be doing on yourself when you apply for a job. So you'll be practicing it so you can get used to it. Yeah. Okay. Adeyemi, you can proceed.
At GIGL, we pride ourselves as Africa leading technology driving logistic company powered by technology, founded in 2012, we we belong to distinguished class of logistic company with a clearly defined market path across Africa. We are expanding rapidly through scores of local branch, Ghana, Canada, China, the UK, United Kingdom, and the USA, United States of America, with a robust global network that offers domestic and international intra and interstate delivery service. Our footprints are set in areas of personalized service, e-commerce logistics, freight forwarding, out- outreach, warehousing, distribution, mail room service, and more. This growth is largely propelled by our excellent team of professionals and diverse strategic partnerships. As an indigenous company, GIGF succeeds as an operator with the most working knowledge of the local environment. Backed by our seamless process, we are now positioned more than ever to compete among logistic agents in the international community. Our tagline is better is our tagline is a better way to deliver is an affirmation of our tagline. A better way to deliver is an affirmation of our excellent process, innovative use of technology and empathic customer experience created by a world-class team. This mantra is brought alive in our project response to pick up request efficient and secure delivery shipments, flexible payment system, and high competitive charges. Can you hear me, sir? I'm done, sir.
Yes, thank you for that fine reading. Thank you very much. So please, we want to note out the cultures, that the company's culture from that overview. So we'll go ahead to the what do you call it? To the about us on their page. So just favor. So I'll be switching to that partner.
Okay. GIGL is Africa's leading indigenous logistics company, powered by technology and renowned for its e-commerce and social commerce logistics. Founded in 2012 with the conviction that e-commerce and social commerce are only possible through efficient logistics, we set out with a clear goal to eliminate the conventional issues of last mile deliveries and make logistics seamless for individuals and businesses anywhere and anytime. Since our first shipment in 2012, GIGL has grown exponentially, connecting African vendors with global buyers and sellers through our simplified global shipping services across several continents.
Thank you for that reading. Thank you very much. So we will start with this question. So which page gives you a better sense of the company's culture? So which page? I'll need you to identify number one. Is it the LinkedIn or the company's website? I'll need you to just leave a chat like in the chat box. I'm waiting. Are we just three in this room? Okay, then. Okay. So majority said LinkedIn. So can anyone tell me why, why they said LinkedIn? Why? Just indicate and unmute. Yeah, you can proceed, Favor.
Okay, so the company's page was solely talking about solely talking about when the company was founded and what they actually do. But the LinkedIn page went in full details into the scope of the business and what they really, really do. Also, the things they've probably also done. And
Hmm.
yeah, I think that's it. Also talked about their, what's that thing? In school, they'll call it motto. But I think it's called honestly, I don't know, but if you know normal motto
Yeah,
that
I
you give
understand
school
what you
gives,
mean.
like
Yeah,
success and power here. Yes,
like
so
the
they gave
mantra.
that
Yeah.
here in the exactly. So
Thank you very much. That was lit. That's that. So you will notice that on their LinkedIn page, there's more effort. Okay, yes, you can proceed. Yes, go ahead to speak.
Good evening, everyone. My name is
Yeah,
Felista
good
Ward.
evening. Yeah, Felisa. Yeah.
She has said exactly what I wanted to say, but I just wanted to add that the LinkedIn profile is a more of an in-depth
Mm,
knowledge of the company. They are more
mm,
in-depth. But in the website, they are like they're not trying to summarize everything in a brief statement.
mm.
That's also what they did in the website.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Felista. Thank you very much. You will notice that they pay more emphasis and more attention to their LinkedIn page than the website. So, do can anyone tell us why? Why do you think it is like that? I'll need anyone to just tell us why do you think they pay more emphasis and more attention? You know, Making sure that yes, everything is detailed, including their posts. You can see their recent posts, you can see what is going on in the organization, and that gives you more sense of what is happening in that organization. So, can anyone tell us why they pay more? Okay, yes, you can proceed. Oh, we have Felista and Favor. Okay, why Felista, you
okay,
can
so
go.
I actually
Okay,
okay, yeah,
Favor
please
go.
let her go first.
Okay, Felista, go first then.
Okay. I think why they pay more attention to the LinkedIn is, let me just say, LinkedIn is like a marketplace where you showcase your products as they are coming. You are showcasing them. Now, I will say the website is just like the warehouse where you load the products, but at the shop, that is the LinkedIn, is where you market your products. Like you are very, very active in the shop because people are not going to the warehouse all the time. The store by the shop to get whatever they want. That's just how I understood the whole thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Felista. Thank you for that thoughtful. Um, so, Favor, you can proceed.
Okay, so she kind of like said what I wanted to say, but I think I'm just going to use this narrative. So I would say the business is just like an individual actually, where they have their LinkedIn page and then they have their portfolio, right? And in this case, portfolio would be the business's page. So LinkedIn is just that place where you really put yourself out there. Everybody needs to know what you're doing. Everybody needs to know what is current. Everybody needs to know, okay, this is what this particular company is known for, and this is how updated they are about this thing, right? And therefore the company's page is just like, okay, well, when somebody actually sees the business on LinkedIn, definitely most people would probably be interested in going down to the website, just like they put their website link in on the LinkedIn page, right? You just go down to their website and then probably now really look at the mission and the vision and all of those things. So it's just the same way with our CV and our LinkedIn page also. Most recruiters will probably view our profile first, and then probably from there they pick our portfolios and they really go out to probably, okay, this is what this person has done. But our LinkedIn still speaks for us in a very large way. So that's it.
Wow, wow, you nailed it. That is it. That is it. So the way you have CV, companies to have their own CV, but it's not called CV, it's called portfolio. See the company's portfolio, the company's profile, all the stuff, their success, their teams, the project they've executed in the past, their growth metrics, everything is detailed in this part. So when they are talking to prospective clients, they send out this information. It's just like they're also bidding for jobs the way you also apply for jobs. So they are also very, very, detailed when it comes to that part, because the more you are very specific about, and you are clear, you see they didn't really use one big word, like something that will scatter your brain, that you can't be looking, you have to like bring dictionary out to be able to understand it. Do you understand? So they want it to be something that when you read it, you understand the culture in this organization. So now all of us understand that yes, if you want to check out some organizations, you have to look at their LinkedIn. And there are some organizations that do not have a LinkedIn account. They do have, but their LinkedIn account is not optimized. Why? Let's say if you are trying to work in an organization like a restaurant, the best place for you to get a proper information about that particular organization is Instagram. Do you get? So it depends on what you are looking at. If the organization you will be working, or the organization you are applying to, is a B2B organization, that is a business to business organization, then they are more focused on LinkedIn than any other platforms, because LinkedIn has the largest B2B platform. So if that is the place you are going to, but if the organization you are working or you want to work is a organization that focused more on B2C, that's business to customer, then you should likely check out their page on Instagram or Twitter. So companies, you try and look at their trends. So see what they are posting recently. Look at the working culture in that organization. You can tell from what they are sending out there, from what they are posting on their social media channel. You can tell, you can know if this organization is a proper organization you are meant to go in. You can look out for, if it's for LinkedIn, it is much more detailed. But let us just keep all that. You can go through that at your own, leisure. So looking at all this stuff now, so what are three core cultures you were able to, coin out from this whole long page that we're able to look at? Can you just give me three things that stand out, that that yes, this thing is like their culture? Looking at from what you read from this place, that yes, this is part of this organization culture. Can anyone just give us? So can you leave a chat? You can just leave it in the chat box. Maybe XYZ ZZY. If you don't know, just write I don't know. It's as easy as that. This is a family meeting. We are not judging anybody. We listen, but we don't judge. Okay, yeah. Anyone? Anyone want to give it a try? Okay. E-commerce, logistics, no service. Well, okay. I don't really understand. Is this a question or what? Favor. Is that a question or is that what you're asking? Okay, ma'am. Mistake. Okay, mistake. Okay, okay. Okay. I'm coming. So organization culture. Okay. So okay, let's just move. So looking the from starting, you will see that they focus more on technology driven, like their company that is based on innovation. So when you see that, yes, they are talking about, you know, their stuff is based on this, based on that, you notice all those trends. And by that, you know that, okay, this organization, they are okay. They are, they have like an innovative setting. So if you're a kind of person that, you know, you often come into an organization to bring in new, looking for ways to simplify things, ways to automate things, you are best fit for that organization. Do you get? If you don't want all this manual process, you don't want to be carrying paper all around the office. So they are trying to, you know, reduce the use of paper, automating things, trying to look for ways to, you know, getting things much more better. They are also customer centric. If you look at them, you will notice their focus on customers. So that also matters. So when you look at this thing, you can this is another thing you can just do. You can just copy that stuff, this that they are about page, paste it on ChatGPT and ask that ChatGPT to tell you what is this company's culture. Then is ChatGPT is going to list it out. Then you use that as your own guide because you need to know the organization you are going into. What is their culture? Because it's not all about I will give you something. We have good fit, we have best fit. Hmm? There are sometimes we will have best fit, but not a good fit. That means that person qualify for that job, but the person is not a good fit for that job. Why? Because the person didn't align with the company's culture. Do you get? So if even though you are good at it, you are the best in that particular, that doesn't mean they are going to hire you. So if you do not match your company's culture, so if you match their company's culture, then definitely because company's culture is not just yes, we are this, we are that. It's not something they say. It's a way of life, it's a way of action, it's something you do. Do you get? So it's even if they did not tell you from the way they operate and everything, you understand that this is these people's culture. And you can easily identify them that way. So that is that for that. So now we will be going to the next session. We talks about you know, breaking down your CV, your the job description, which I know many times what used to like, you know, why we usually, you know, reject majority most candidates, some candidates is because when you ask them, did you go through the job description, they say no. Do you understand what is required? And you said no. Then we have nothing to say. Immediately when you see that yes, the interview is scheduled for 1 hour, and in the next um in the next 20 minutes, they are telling you, okay, yes, thank you. Do you have any question? Just know that is a bad review. Like, so just know that that is a bad interview. There's, let's say, 90% that you are not getting that job. That's just it. Because that's a red flag. They've spot red flag and they don't want to waste their time, and they just want you to go and the next person to come in. So always note all those things. And if you notice that you don't want to fight that, you just want to ask questions that will help you improve so you do not make the same mistake, you know, in maybe another organization you'll be applying for. You don't want to tell them outright that, oh, I know you'll not be picking me. You strategically ask them questions that, so what are areas that areas of improvement that you suggest I should work on or something. You just want to come up with something that will, focus on your own improvement. You get. If you notice that, okay, in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you guys have not even gone that far. They've not asked you, some critical questions. It's just maybe about, tell us about yourself. And after that, they ask you one question, then maybe second question. Then after that, they say, okay, 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 okay. Do you have any question for us? Yeah, that's a red flag. So you just have to, pay attention to those things. So how do you break down a job description? So I have some little exercise that we'll practice here. So I also need somebody, just one person that will help us, in reading out um this job description. Not the full one, just like the summary. Then we are going to highlight. I will ask you what are the three core skills you're able to pick out from this. And this is supposed to help you. Why this is actually important is because when you read it, you are meant to, use it to screen yourself before applying for the job. Job description is helping you to screen yourself so you do not waste your time applying for the job and you are not even, or you've invested time and money. You've gone for the interview and the likes and you've taken the assessment, and at the end of the day, you are not even the best fit. So when you read the job description, you are meant to ask yourself critical questions. What did I understand about this job description? It's not because, yes, you just see position, um, social media manager, for example. Oh, I've done social media manager before. You just apply. Yeah, social media manager in company A is different, to social media manager in company B. Do you understand? Their job descriptions and the roles might differ, like it might be something different. Do you get it? So you just have to, read it. Don't just look at the job, the position and just conclude, I've done this before. You just apply. Read it regardless. So and ask yourself, what are the core skills they are looking out for here? And ask yourself, do you have those skills? If you have it, then apply. So I'll need just maybe one person, either male or female, that will just help us out and read that out. So who is going to help us? Either male or female. If anybody that has not spoken before can join this exercise, so we appreciate that. Um, okay. Okay, so yeah, you can proceed then. Um,
All right.
yeah.
So I should just read it, right?
Yes, just read it. Just read it.
Yeah, okay. We are seeking a proactive customer success associate to manage client relationships, provide data-driven insights, and coordinate with cross-functional teams to ensure on-time delivery of services. Strong communication skills, ability to analyze metrics, and experience in client onboarding are required.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So let's ask ourselves. So Can anyone just tell us 3 skills that they were able to, see in this job description? Just 3. You can pick one
Okay.
and
Can I
leave,
talk?
Yes, definitely.
Communication skills and
Hmm.
ability to analyze tricks.
Hmm. Wow, that's nice. That's 2. We need one more. Yes, just go ahead to speak. Who is that? Okay, I think it's Favor. Can you just, who is that?
Proactiveness.
Proactiveness. Okay, that goes. Okay. Wait again. You can just take one more hand and we are good. Customer retention. Wow, that's great. Thank you. So that is it though. Communication skills, analyze metrics and data driven, client onboarding and managing relationship. So you need to ask yourself these questions. Do I align with these skills? Do I have these skills? So you are meant to use it to, analyze your own self, your own CV, your own thing before moving ahead. So if you know that yes, I lack some little, in this area, you want to note that, even though you want to. So in case if you know that yes, okay, when it comes to communication, I'm not that good. Maybe yeah. So you need to improve. So what you have to do now, if you are to go on with that particular job, let's say you have 2 out of 3, and you do not have communication skills, for example, or you do have, but you still need some little training to improve that skills. So what you are going to do now is, look at areas. What are the things you've done to improve that particular skills? So you want to pay emphasis, whenever you are talking about that, you want to pay emphasis to what you are doing to improve that skills. So now they know, because they will know when they have the initial call with you, because they are evaluating you when you get that call that, oh, hello, Delilah, you just blah blah blah. This is from XYZ company, and you from the job you apply, blah blah blah. And yes, is this a better time to talk? They ask you some few questions. They are analyzing you. There's a scorecard for all those things. The way you answer, the tone of your voice, all those things are being noted. Then if everything sounds good, you are able to meet the criteria. So let's assume you are meant to get 3 out of 5 of the main call script. That's for the initial call, and you got, let's say, 4. Now you pass. They'll tell you this one sounds good, so this is the next stage, and this particular recruitment takes XYZ date to XYZ date, and the next step is you taking an assessment. Should I send it over to your mail? Yes, you get a mail from them. Now that means to analyze you on those key criteria, now some skills that you are lacking. So if assuming you've done your own self, you've analyzed yourself first, and you understand your shortcomings, you are able to, block it up with other things that you've done, or that if you have not done that, then immediately kickstart that immediately. You get, just like, okay, I enrolled for XYZ XYZ class, or XYZ seminar, or XYZ program that will help me improve in XYZ. That now is, they are noticing that, because they know, okay, this person is willing to learn. So this person is coachable. You get, so you want to pay faster, because this, and when you are in the interview, you want to tailor your response to these key areas, these skills. If that is what the client is, sorry that I'm using client, and that is what um the employer is focusing on. You want to talk from their perspective. You don't want to talk from your own perspective, because they are not seeing it from your perspective. They are seeing it from their perspective. The reason why anybody wants to hire anybody is because they have something that they want to, some tax they want you to handle for them. And while in the interview process, they are trying to evaluate you. Are you the kind of person that can handle these tasks? Can you do it effectively? We not give them headache. Even if that is going to happen, are you coachable? Are you somebody that listens to to queries and takes corrections and the likes? You know, they just want to pick note of all. They want to take note of all those things, so we don't have issue while we onboard you and we start the whole thing. So you want to talk from their perspective, not from our own perspective. So that is very, very important. So we'll be moving to the next. Do you have any question in that part? If you have any question, just indicate. If you don't have, let's pass. Can you just indicate six in the chat box if you don't have any question? If it's all clear, six, we move forward. Six in the chat box. We move forward. Six, okay. We have one six. Six, okay. So we can move forward then. Okay, so let's move forward. So now we're talking about anticipating questions. Now I've put together some videos that we are also going to watch, and after that we are going to analyze that video. So I want you to pay attention to the video, but before I go ahead to that video, I would like us to just take a little um what would I call it, exercise. So if you are in an interview currently, let us assuming that yes, you are in an interview currently, and I ask you, tell me about yourself. What would you say? What are the things you are going to say? Can you just tell me what you say? Can anyone just volunteer to speak, or you write it in the chat box? No, just volunteer to speak. That would be too long. Just can anyone volunteer? What would you say? Don't forget, we are not judging you. We are not saying you are wrong or right. We just want to know. Everybody is learning. We are all learning from each other. Okay? Okay, so you can go ahead to speak. Yeah.
All right. Good evening. I'll talk about the first thing I'm going to say is I'll introduce myself. Like I'll tell them my name, who I am, like I'm a data analyst, yes. Then I think I'll tell them my experience in the job so far. And then one thing I also tell them about is
Okay. Sorry. Can we do it like can you do it like this? Tell me, I'm interviewing you now. Don't tell me you. Tell me your name. Tell me your name. Just tell me like I'm interviewing you. You get?
okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm Ayobami Ojo. I'm a data analyst. I transform numbers into insights. From the past job I've done, I've been able to help the business move forward in various areas, such as ensuring that. Okay, sorry, I'm hooked.
Please let us appreciate her. Let us appreciate her. Let's appreciate her. Yeah, you can speak now. You can speak. Thank you.
Okay, let me just give it a try. Um, my name is Batunde, and I'm building a career in data analytics
Please
because
speak up. Oh. Please speak up. We are not talking to your girlfriend.
okay,
So
sorry.
let's be audible.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. My name is Batunde. I'm building a career in data analytics because I enjoy working with data to solve real world problems, and I recently completed my project and internship where I transformed raw data sets into insights. Okay, for example, HR attrition trends and customer churn to help identify key business drivers. And I actually have a strong skill in Excel and Power BI, a bit in Power BI, knowing the DAX and how to create a model. So I'm exploring Python, although I did a data science skill at Go My Code, which I was able to use machine learning and Python um, to make automation and deeper analysis, which excites me. And most is not just organizing data, but presenting in ways which stakeholder can easily understand and act on. That's what I can say.
Okay, I think that's. Do anyone want to give it a try again? Do you have anybody that wants to give it a try? Please, let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him with any of our favorite emoji. Favorite emoji. Okay, do anybody want to give it a try again? Okay, so let me just upload the video then. So just hold on, I'm trying to upload the video. Okay, I think yeah, we are in. Okay, so let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Okay. I guess you can see my screen now, right? If yes, just type yes in the chat box so I can. Oh, okay. I'm getting yeah. Okay. 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 So I'll be playing this now. So just try and listen.
Or they share
If you can hear,
irrelevant
just let
personal
me know. You can hear what you say.
details, or they'll freeze completely, which makes a really awkward start that's very hard to.
Okay, so can you hear? If yes, let me know. I don't want you to miss anything. Can you hear her? No, you can't hear. Okay. Anyone else? No, I just paused it now. Like, did you hear her before? It's breaking. Okay, more. Yes. Okay. 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 So I'll play it now. Let me play it again so you can just focus.
Recover from. But this question is actually your greatest opportunity to control the conversation in the interview. What I've found effective is a 60-second story arc. It has just 4 very easy to remember parts: the past, the present, the future, and then a bridge. Here's what it would sound like in real life. First, you start with the present. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a digital marketer who specializes in optimizing conversion. Then you go to your past. My background in psychology and data analysis allowed me to increase conversion sales by 32% in my current role. Then you go to the future. I'm excited about this position because your focus on user experience aligns with my approach to data-driven design. Then you end with your bridge. I'd love to hear more about the challenges that your team faces in this area. So why does it work? It works because this gives them a clear professional snapshot. It also demonstrates relevant value without overwhelming them, and it shows you've researched their needs. Importantly, though, it gives you control over the first impressions by selecting your most relevant skills. The goal with this question is to open strategic doors, not to tell your life story. So interviewers do remember candidates who make their job easier, and this will do that. So try scripting your own 60-second story arc before your next interview. Remember, it's simple: present, past, future, and bridge. Your confidence in that first answer will really set the tone for everything that follows.
Okay, so do we get that? If yes, please just use any of your favorite emoji. Yes, or do we need to play it again? Do we need to play it again? Please play it once more time. One more time, okay. No, okay. How many one more do we have? His majority carries the vote. Oh. Yes, please. Okay, so we have two against one. Should we play it again or we should just move forward? Okay, so let's just try and play it again then. So try and listen one more time.
This common interview question sometimes causes the most anxiety, but there is a simple formula for answering it which will work every time. Tell us about yourself. Most candidates panic when they get that question. They ramble through their entire CV, or they share irrelevant personal details, or they'll freeze completely, which makes a really awkward start that's very hard to recover from. But this question is actually your greatest opportunity to control the conversation in the interview. What I've found effective is a 60-second story arc. It has just 4 very easy to remember parts: the past, the present, the future, and then a bridge. Here's what it would sound like in real life. First, you start with the present. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a digital marketer who specializes in optimizing conversion. Then you go to your past. My background in psychology and data analysis allowed me to increase conversion sales by 32% in my current role. Then you go to the future. I'm excited about this position because your focus on user experience aligns with my approach to data-driven design. Then you end with your bridge. I'd love to hear more about the challenges that your team faces in this area. So why does it work? It works because this gives them a clear professional snapshot. It also demonstrates relevant value without overwhelming them, and it shows you've researched their needs. Importantly, though, it gives you control over the first impressions by selecting your most relevant skills. The goal with this question is to open strategic doors, not to tell your life story. So interviewers do remember candidates who make their job easier, and this will do that. So try scripting your own 60-second story arc before your next interview. Remember, it's simple: present, past, future, and bridge. Your confidence in that first answer will really set the tone for everything that follows. This common interview question.
So do we get it? Okay. So I think we understand now. So, when I asked you that if I was to be I was to interview now, how are you going to introduce yourself? So we want to focus on these 4 key things: your present, past, future, and bridge. I should give you an example of how you can use that. So before we move forward, I would like us to just have like a um let's say 5 minutes or let's say 2 minutes or 3 minutes exercise. I want you to craft your own 60 minutes about yourself. Then I want one person to just share it with us. Then I want the um I want us. I will not be the one to, tell her what is good or bad. I want people from this audience, to tell her what she needs to, improve, or what she needs, or what he needs to improve. So we are learning from each other. So don't forget, this is a family meeting. So we are meant to just interact, get to understand. So I'll keep quiet for 2 minutes. So the time is 8:17 now. So by 8:20, I'll be back. So if you have any question, you can just ask, unmute and ask. So you can start now. Yes, yes, yes. You after when you're done, you can just um indicate that you can speak about it. Then we move forward. So people can tell you, we'll give you feedback. So you are the one that is facilitating now. And someone said, can the video be shared in the WhatsApp group chat? Yes, you get the link so you can, watch it over and over again. So this is an exercise, we are meant to just flex our muscles, get to understand these things. Because if you just know it, if you are not using it, it's not going to favor you. That's just the truth. It's just like we do not know it too. So you just have to try. We are not saying it should be 100%, just try. There's no harm in trying. Try. Yeah, favor, you can proceed.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Favor Ogundipe. I'm a data analyst skilled in SQL, Python, and Power BI. And I use these tools to turn raw data into insights that support decision making. My background in mathematics, along with projects like retail price optimization and epidemic modeling, has strengthened my ability to build predictive models and present insights through interactive dashboards. Looking ahead, I'm eager to apply these skills in a dynamic role where I can contribute to data-driven strategies that create impact. And that is why I'm excited about this opportunity. It aligns perfectly with my expertise and passion for solving problems with data.
Hmm.
Thank you.
I'm very impressed. That's good. Yeah, yeah, you can proceed. Yeah, yeah. You can proceed. Yeah. Please let us appreciate our let's appreciate each other. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, let me
okay.
just give it a try. I'm feeling a bit nervous though.
Don't worry. This family meeting, we are not judging you.
Okay, my name is Batunde. I'm currently building a career in data analytics and
Mhm.
applying Excel and SQL on projects while also training as a financial analyst. I previously interned at ETDS where I worked on projects like HR attrition and customer churn analysis, turning raw data into useful insights. And going forward, I want to apply my skills in a professional setting and keep growing in expertise in especially in Python and automation using machine learning also. And that's why this role excites me because it fits perfectly with my skills and my long-term goal of becoming a data-driven problem solver. Thank you.
Please, let's clap for him. He deserves that. That's great. That is very nice. That is very, very nice. So, do anyone want to give it a try again? And please, what we want to do is, I notice yes, this is very brief. We want to make sure that it's not more than 1 minute, if possible, less than 1 minute, because uh, people's attention. If you want to grab their attention in less than is less than 15 or 7 to 15 seconds thereabout. That's when you can actually get their attention. So anything more than that, they lose it. So the way you present yourself within the first 7 seconds matters. And you also have to speak boldly, always tell yourself, even those numbers, those things, tell yourself that yes, I can do this, I can do more. You have to, be confident in yourself. If you are not confident in yourself, you give nobody reason, like you give them no reasons to, trust in you. So you just have to, trust in yourself first. And by doing so, definitely you will scale. So let's move to the second question. I know is he where is the guy's name again? Let me check. Someone said he has no experience in something and likes in the beginning. So we are like, I know I said we are going to check that out. So this takes us to this part that you know that you do not have experience, but how can you still sell yourself? How can you still, you know, um why they should hire you, you know, giving them reasons, just beyond the whole paper thing. That yes, so I know I do not have these skills, all these things you were mentioning, but I know it's something I can really, deliver. I can do it. It's something I can do. You get. So just want to be well. So hold on while I load up that. So let's move to the next. Okay. Just let me know if you can see my screen. So that's the second slide. So can you see my screen now? Yes or no? No. Okay. Oh, I think, okay, let me just share again. Wait out. Okay. Okay, so can you see my screen now? It's meant to upload now. Meant to share now. What is happening like this? Okay, yes, you can see. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'll play the video now. So just
I bring objective analysis without industry assumptions that cloud judgment. The second gift is a hungry heart. My motivation to prove myself means I'll work harder than people who might take their position for granted. And the third is helpful hands. I have the bandwidth to take on projects that overwhelmed teams can't handle right now. Clear eyes, that's perspective. Hungry heart, that's motivation. And helpful hands, that's energy. You see, the irony is every company wants those qualities until they meet them in fresh candidates, and then they call them inexperienced. So don't buy into that contradiction by underselling yourself. In your next interview, don't be tempted to beg for opportunities. Share your gifts. When you show what you can give, you'll get what you need. You've got zero experience, but you need to land the job. This is how you prove your value. Fresh graduates and career changers face impossible catch-22s. Jobs require experience. Experience requires jobs. So most candidates focus on what they lack and end up apologizing for being new. They compete on credentials, but they don't have those. So that approach guarantees rejection. Here's how to flip the script with a gift mentality, no matter what industry you're in. Think of job interviews like an exchange of gifts. You need to remember you're not inexperienced, you're fresh, and that's valuable. You can show that value by highlighting 3 gifts, and this will make you stand out. The first is clear eyes. I bring objective analysis without industry assumptions that cloud judgment. The second gift is a hungry heart. My motivation to prove myself means I'll work harder than people who might take their position for granted. And the third is helpful hands. I have the bandwidth to take on projects that overwhelmed teams can't handle right now. Clear eyes, that's perspective. Hungry heart, that's motivation. And helpful hands, that's energy. You see, the irony is every company wants those qualities until they meet them in fresh candidates, and then they call them inexperienced. So don't buy into that contradiction by underselling yourself. In your next interview, don't be tempted to beg for opportunities. Share your gifts. When you show what you can give, you'll get what you need. You've got zero experience, but you need to land the job.
okay. So do we get that video before I ask my question? If yes, just use your favorite emoji. Or do I need to play it again? Do I need to play it again?
Yes, sir. Please play it again.
Okay.
This is how you prove your value. Fresh graduates and career changers face impossible catch-22s. Jobs require experience. Experience requires jobs. So most candidates focus on what they lack and end up apologizing for being new. They compete on credentials, but they don't have those. So that approach guarantees rejection. Here's how to flip the script with a gift mentality, no matter what industry you're in. Think of job interviews like an exchange of gifts. You need to remember you're not inexperienced, you're fresh, and that's valuable. You can show that value by highlighting 3 gifts, and this will make you stand out. The first is clear eyes. I bring objective analysis without industry assumptions that cloud judgment. The second gift is a hungry heart. My motivation to prove myself means I'll work harder than people who might take their position for granted. And the third is helpful hands. I have the bandwidth to take on projects that overwhelm teams can't handle right now. Clear eyes, that's perspective. Hungry heart, that's motivation. And helpful hands, that's energy. You see, the irony is every company wants those qualities until they meet them in fresh candidates, and then they call them inexperienced. So don't buy into that contradiction by underselling yourself. In your next interview, don't be tempted to beg for opportunities. Share your gifts. When you show what you can give, you'll get what you need.
So do we get it? Any emojis? Okay. Okay, so so I think we get it now. So what are the 3 things that were mentioned in the video? Can anyone just highlight them that you need to, highlight while, in an interview? So even though you do not have that experience, but you just want to, that is your strength. That is what you can use to sell yourself. So we have clear, yes, clear eye, hungry heart. Anyone again? We have one more. I love these people. You guys are, yeah, very interactive. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Strong hands, hungry heart, clear eyes. Okay. Clear objective, motivation and energy. Wow. Okay. Strong hands. Yeah. Definitely. You guys are, so it's help. Okay, yeah. So that's that literally. So when you are preparing to go for any interview now, as we said prior before now, you want to check the job description. If you've done your assignment, if you've done your homework, you would know if you have what it takes, and you will know if you do not, right? So that will what determine how you will prepare for that particular interview, or prepare, you know, how you are going to handle it, right? So if you've done that, you will know, okay, I have all these requirements. So you just have to look for ways to, put it out there and tailor it to their needs, to what they are looking for specifically. Then the second one is, if you do not have, what are the things you have that you can leverage on? Do you get? So you want to pay their attention. You want them to know these things. You want them to know that, okay, I have these things, and I want you to know that, yes, even though I do not have what you are looking for per se, but with what I have, I know that, yes, definitely I can still deliver. So you want them to see it in that direction, not the other way around. So you don't want to focus on what you do not have and fight for the experience. Oh, you are now, trying to negotiate around it. Clearly tell them that, yes, you've done your assignment. You took your time to, understand the job description. And yes, you understand that you do not have some things on that part, but you know that, yes, you have the right qualities that can help you get that and give them same result. Maybe not immediate, but in some few time. So if you're able to acknowledge that, definitely almost all employers are looking for that. And honesty is what we're even looking for the most. Nigeria is something else. When you ask people questions, they will tell you yes, and you need to still check outside to see if that yes is yes. So they are not telling you if it's actually no. So that is that. So the last one is, do you have any question? This phase, this part, most of the time we have candidates or applicants where they will tell you, no, I don't have any question. You've answered all my questions. Prepare strategic questions. Do your research. That's why you are going to their company's LinkedIn page. You are doing your own homework, trying to understand the company first. Now you are buying yourself in, because majority of the people that they are going to interview that day might not even go through the same route. So if you are the only person that did that, you stand out. So you've used 1 point something percent to what? To surpass them. And that counts when it comes to recruitment, because we have like a scorecard for every area. I would have loved to share one with you, but I don't know. I'll try and see if I can blow out the name of the company out to onboarding, even to post follow like after we even onboarded the person. What happens? What is expected? How everything goes. Different scores, you see there. So I might let's just listen to this thing. After that, we'll also ask the question. So please, these things that you can go back and watch this, you can go back and watch our videos on IG. But please, we just repetition. Wow, preparing to different interview, because now the system that we're bringing to the recruiting works, the recruiting industry is tracking everything trackable. So okay, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Are you sharing something new, or is this still the video?
No. I'm sharing
We
something
can see your
new.
former screen,
That's like
the
the third
Instagram video.
video.
Okay, we are still seeing
So
the
this is like the
previous one.
last one. Can you see it now? Just hold on for some sec. If you're able to see it now, just I think I've
Yes, you stop sharing your screen.
okay. Can
Yes,
you
you
see
can see
my
your
screen
screen.
now?
Yes, you
Okay.
can see your
So
screen.
so this part now is the ending part, where the HR manager or the CEO or the talent acquisition manager will ask you, do you have any questions for us? And you need to prepare your questions. So what are the things you need to look out for? How do you do that? So this video will help you out. Just watch out, then after that, I'll ask what are the things you were able to pick out. Then we move on. Are we good? Any emojis for that?
Interview when you can completely change how they see you. It happens when they ask if you have questions. Most people ask about culture or growth opportunities. Now, those questions are fine, but they keep you in candidate mode. Instead of asking, what does success look like? Or what are the biggest challenges? Which sounds like every other candidate, try this strategic triangle framework of questions. The first is a preservation question. What's working well that you want to protect? This shows that you understand that good businesses preserve value before they create new value. The second is a trade off question. If this role could only solve one problem in the next 6 months, what would have the biggest impact? This forces them to reveal their real priority and not just give you a list of challenges. And lastly, it's the success metrics question. How will you know this role is adding genuine value? Well, this shows that you think about accountability and outcomes. Each question demonstrates strategic business thinking. At this point in the interview, here's what's really happening. The evaluation is done and they've made their assessment. So now you have 3 minutes where you control the conversation, and it's your chance to shift the dynamic from person asking for a job to future colleague discussing business strategy. So in your next interview, pick from those 3 questions and watch how they stop evaluating you and start planning with you, because that's the shift you want. There's a specific moment in every job interview when you can completely change how they see you. It happens when they ask if you have questions. Most people ask about culture or growth opportunities. Now, those questions are fine, but they keep you in candidate mode. Instead of asking, what does success look like? Or what are the biggest challenges? Which sounds like every other candidate, try this strategic triangle framework of questions. The first is a preservation question. What's working well that you want to protect? This shows that you understand that good businesses preserve value before they create new value. The second is a trade-off question. If this role could only solve one problem in the next 6 months, what would have the biggest impact? This forces them to reveal their real priority and not just give you a list of challenges. And lastly, it's the success metrics question. How will you know this role is adding genuine value? Well, this shows that you think about accountability and outcomes. Each question demonstrates strategic business thinking. At this point in the interview, here's what's really happening. The evaluation is done and they've made their assessment. So now you have 3 minutes where you control the conversation, and it's your chance to shift the dynamic from person asking for a job to future colleague discussing business strategy. So in your next interview, pick from those 3 questions and watch how they stop evaluating you and start planning with you, because that's the shift you want.
Hey, do we get that video? Is it clear? Okay, I think yes, we are good to go, right? Are we good to go? Are we good to go? Okay, yes, I'm getting some reaction. Okay, that is good. So what are the things, what are the 3 things you need to focus on while preparing your, your questions? What are the 3 things? Can anyone leave that in the chat? What are those 3 things you want to focus on? The triangle framework. What are the 3 things highlighted in that triangle framework? What are the 3 things highlighted in the triangle framework? She mentioned it. You can just, put it in the chat. I love this. Yeah. Growth metrics. Get the second one. Okay. So that's going to be an assignment for you. Do you want me to tell you? All this link is going to be shared in the group, so you get them in the group. Okay, success driven questions. Okay. Any other thing?
Hello, Mr. Timmy.
Okay, I think that's all that we'll be getting for now. Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, we lost you for a while.
Can you proceed? Someone called me now.
Yes, we lost you for a while. We couldn't hear what you said.
Okay. Maybe that was network. Okay, so that is that. So we want to work on that three areas, So because what are the three areas we want to focus on that triangle framework, which I already got some response in the replies in the chat box here. So we just want to focus on that three areas and build on them. You don't want to limit it to that alone, please. So we do. It's not what they call it. It's not copy and paste you want to do. So this is just helping you to broaden your scope. Ask yourself, what questions do you need to ask? These questions work for almost any type of industry, but you also need to do your own maths. If you've identified the company's culture, you've understand the company's the about us section, you know what the company is driving about, like what their goal is all about. Let's say their yearly goal. If it's the company that announced their goal, maybe on social media or any platform, and you have access to that, you can use that as a point of you can ask them something related to that and tailor your relevance, like why you are the best person to be in that seat to help them what achieve that particular goal. Because see, everybody is looking for ways to level up, get to that particular place, and the reason why you are hiring people is because you can't do it alone, and you need the best team to be uh to be with you so you can actually achieve that goal. So if you have people that, yes, you are prospective, you're talking to a prospective let's say client, sorry, you're talking to a candidate currently, and the candidate is talking from your own perspective. This candidate is telling you about your goals and telling you how he or she can actually support that goal. This is something that was not even stated on the job description. That means this person has done his math, and this person has done his own assignment. And yes, this is the kind of person we are looking for. Every organization is looking for. So yeah, definitely 90% or 99.9% you are going to get that job. The only thing that might not make you get that job is if you do not, let's say, fit their company's culture. That's the only thing. Because at that point, they already see the potential in you already. So that is that for that. So I'll stop sharing this, then we'll move to the next slide. So we'll move to this slide, which is one of my favorite. We call it the um what do you call it, behavioral interview questions. And there's a way you answer, there's a way you are meant to answer these questions. If you do not use that technique, you might just go out of context. You might just be saying everything you get, and you just keep running, circling one particular place. So everything is all about formula, according to maths. This, yeah, if you have any math genius in the class. So if you can see the slide, just let me know. Okay, I think you stopped sharing again. Why is it breaking now? Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen, please.
Yes, you can see your screen.
Okay, so yeah, let's move on. So we'll be talking about the STAR model. So behavioral questions are questions that will, evaluate you on how you've, done things in the past. So it's a way of, getting to, like, we are trying to ask you questions that will put you on the spot, like you are in the office already. And how would you handle this thing if this XYZ happen? How are you going to do it? Are you going to put it into play? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? So we want to have the clear understanding of how well did you understand that particular job, or how well do you understand that particular industry? So, and the practices in that industry. So this STAR model helps you to, answer this question anytime, any given time. You can always use it. So the S stands for situation. You have the T stand for task. We have the A then stands for action. Then the R, the result. So whenever you're answering these questions, I want you to always have it at the back of your mind. You need to follow this four thing. That's the STAR. You want to follow that. So we would like to, have a how do I call it? Like a brief exercise. And so if I'm to ask someone, so should I pick anybody randomly, or will anybody just, choose to talk? So if I'm to ask you that, come here, I don't know how this is saying. So if I'm to ask you, or maybe a question is thrown at you, they ask you that, okay, oh, describe a time when you had to meet a very tight deadline. Almost everybody has, I don't know, maybe if you run project, you have some deadline you need to meet and the likes. So you are you are in an interview with a new company and they are asking you this question: how are you going to answer? And using this smart model, how are you going to answer? Anybody that wants to give it a try in the chat, in this class. Um, Anyone? You need anybody that can join or help us to answer this question. Don't forget we're having what do you call it, family meetings. So I'm not meant to talk. We are meant to, interact or ask questions. You're meant to answer. It's not wrong or right. We are not saying you're wrong or right. Just say anything. What do you think? Are you going to answer this question if it's thrown at you? Anybody?
Guys, please, someone should unmute and answer. Otherwise, I'm going to start calling names. If you guys didn't get the
It's not
question,
that
then
hard.
you can ask again.
Okay.
So nobody wants to try. The essence of trying is it helps you to build on what you've learned and on what you know before. So asking, as Mr. Timmy already said, there is no right answers, there are no wrong answers. This is a learning ground. Everyone here is to learn. So I don't expect anybody to be shy or to be scared of getting it wrong. This is a very good opportunity for you to build on what you're learning, right? Make those mistakes now because you have the opportunity to make the mistakes. Because when you are in an actual interview, you only have to implement what you've learned. you don't have any space to make any mistake, or there'll be no one to correct you. But now we have Mr. Timmy. He's willing to listen to you, give a trial to the questions he's asking, and you're doing better for yourself because he's going to address it and let you know that, okay, this is the best way to go about it. This is a training, so let's make the best use of it, guys.
Sorry, sir, must it be in a work situation, or let me say, even if it has to do with academics related?
It doesn't matter. The main thing is anytime. That's why it is. We asked. We said just describe a time. You didn't say describe when you were in the office or something. Describe a time when you had to meet a very tight deadline. So it can be maybe when you are in school, your project. Just we want you to try and practice this star framework.
All right, let me give it a
So what is
try.
the situation? What is the tax? You want to talk about the situation. What is this situation? So what happened? That's why it is there. So what happened? Maybe I should try and use that. So what happened? You can write that out. So what happened initially? So what is this tax?
Okay, let me give it a try.
So what were you responsible for? Then like that. Yeah.
So what was basically happening was that we were given a project to work on, and then the project has to do with scraping of data. You scrape it on Python, then you analyze it and visualize it, and also carry out a visualization in Python, in Excel, and in Power BI. So we are responsible for using Python and Pandas to scrape out the data, to clean it, to analyze it, and then it was a very tight schedule at that time. I think we were given just 3 to 4 days, and it was really very hectic. So what I was able to do first was to make research. Yes, I was able to make various research on how I could do it. At first, there was no reasonable results, but I kept on burning the knife candle, made research. Then from then, I was able to clean the data through using Python, also analyze it, then also do same for Excel and Power BI. So as a result of the sleepless nights and the research, I was able to carry out that task, and then I was able to submit before the deadline that was given.
Hmm. Okay, so I see that is very nice. But the thing I think about your explanation is that let's try and narrow it down. So I would like you to just use one word or just less than either a sentence. What happened? Can you reply? So I want to guide you now through the same thing you just said now. So what happened? So we want to try and just compile all those stuff to, let's say, compress it to something less than a minute. Because sometimes you might not have that luxury of time. They might be telling you, oh, just okay, so you have 1 minute to say everything, you want to say 2 minutes to do what you want to do. So these are busy people. It depends on the organization you are going into though. So now you are applying.
Okay. So, but sorry, what happened? As in, I don't
Like,
understand what happened.
so you mentioned that so what is the situation? That's what I'm asking. What is the situation?
Okay, the situation was to actually carry out a task, that is scraping of data sets. Of
So that is the situation, Abby, right? So this we are talking about time bound now. Like you have to work on a time, right? So let's assuming this is supposed to take you 14 working days, but now you are given a task to finish it in 7 working days. Do you get? Do you understand what I
yes,
mean? Now, so you
yes,
have to, bond, you have to do extra things. You have to, so we want you to just, compile all that and let us see reasons in them. Do you get?
okay. So
So what were you responsible for? You already said the tax is the situation is you want to source how many leads or how many people do you want to source? Do you want to
how
scrape? Like
yes, we
how
wanted to
many
scrape out
data?
information from websites,
Okay,
like
so like
job
how
vacancy,
many?
job vacancy, as many as possible. It was like
So
too
let's just
many,
try and put a number to it. Let's say you want to
okay,
do
like
um
1,000,
1,000. So 1,000 is supposed to take you how many days
like
initially?
14. Let's
Eh?
just say 14. Let's just say 14 days,
14
2 weeks.
days to scrape 1,000 data, right? So how
Yes,
many days were you given to do
we're
the same?
giving we're giving 3 days.
3 days. Okay. So now you are meant to do, you are meant to, scrape a data that you are supposed to. So you see what you see now. So when you use that time frame now, you are trying to call their attention to critical things. Do you get? You want them to
Yes.
see that this thing is a real problem. Because the way you said it now, I don't really see any big deal in it. The way you said, it's like okay, okay, about you. But
Oh,
you want them to understand that yes, this is something that will take XYZ amount, do you get initially, then you
yeah.
are particularly, in charge of maybe the scraping. Maybe you are the team lead. If you have a team that is working with you on that, let's assuming it will take a team of 7 to scrape 1,000 leads for um 14 days. But now you only have the team of 2 and you are meant to what? Scrape the same lead 1,000 in just 7 days or less. Do you get in 3 days? I mean, do you get? So now when you pay emphasis to those things, now it's done. It's going to like they'll be aware, like they'll be conscious about okay. So this girl, so she can multitask. That means number one, she has this multitask. She has this multitasking spirit. She can make use of the resources that is available. She's not the kind of person that's what that nags. So now you do not tell your people that we are meant to do XYZ. It takes a team of 7 to be able to do this, but you get the job done regardless. Do you get, even though you know you have to put all it takes to. So now they are saying that you are a kind of person that gets things done. You are not the person that yes that complains in every area, in every you just say it's because we do not have access to LinkedIn Navigator. That's why we did not get it done. No stories. You get the stuff done at all costs. Now they know that yes, this person will always go all out. You are giving them sense of purpose that yes, this person is the right person we are looking for. Do you get? Now you want to also, so what is the action? Do you get? What are the things you did? Because now, if you tell them that you are able to do that within 3 days, something that is supposed to take you um 14 days, do you get in 3 days? What are the things? What are the strategies you employ? You want to tell them. You want to say, okay, I did this. Normally, I'm just supposed to use LinkedIn Navigator to do that, but because of um we do not have access to LinkedIn Navigator. I have to use Apollo. I have to use Contact Out. I have to use Google Scraper. I have to use some extra tools. I have to, do extra. You want them to know the steps, all the things you did that justify that particular period that you were able to get that result. So what is now the result? Now we already understand the usual on ground. We understand your role, the role you played. We understand what you did to get it done. So what is now the final result? Were you able to scrape the 1,000 leads or not? Do you get? Were you
Yeah.
able to scrape it? I'm just giving
Yeah.
that as an example. Were you able to meet the target within that particular period?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now you see, so if you're able to break it down in that way, it is much more easier for the person listening to it. The way you said it before, I just know you said a very you said something very long. You get I didn't really pick the main lessons there. You get I just like okay, I'll write you. So that's a typical mistake anybody can just make. But if you structure it in that way, you want them to see that yes, this is what you did, and it's a big problem. You do not just want to emphasize on it. Do you get? You want them to not like say it over and over again. You want to call their attention to that stuff. By defining that situation, defining it well in a way that yes, they know that yes, this thing is really a situation. Do you get? So when we are trying, you can try that in your own personal space. Try and ask yourself some different. You can ask ChatGPT to give you different behavioral questions that you can try out, because I see this is like 9 p.m. So you can try different, behavioral questions. Then try use this model. Ask yourself, what is the situation? What is the task? What which part? What did I do specifically? Like what part did I play in this whole thing? Mention that. Okay, so what is the action? What are the things you do step by step? You know, mention them. And then the result, what is the result? You want to also tell them about that result. So if you're able to bring out all these whole things, definitely you'll be flying in that interview. Are we good? Yeah, thank you. So let's move to the second to the last. I think that, yeah, that's the second to the last slide. So this one now talks about interview day logistics. So most of the time, let me tell you, see, if you get the first part right, you get the second part right, you get the third part right, you get the company's introduction, you're able to identify with their culture and everything. You understand the companies, you understand the job description, you understand your CV in out. Now you're prepared for all these interviews questions that can come up, and you did not plan your logistic. Number one, if it's a physical interview, you want to know where is the office located. Number one, this is very, very, very important to see. If you are well prepared and you come in late, it's something else. You get, there are some interview. They are what they are just looking for. Okay. After the whole thing, what we are just looking for is we just want to know if you are the kind of person that will be coming late to work. And if your first impression is you are 10 minutes late or 5 minutes late or even 2 minutes late or even 1 minute late, late is late though. Eight is not eight. If we give you eight and you are coming by 8:09, you are late. It's as simple as that. So you need to plan yourself very, very well. You need to give yourself time. Plan. Okay, if they tell you, okay, you are meant to be in Jakonde, that's XYZ, so number 60 something in Jakonde, you want to check that place out on what they call it, on Google first. Look at the company. If it's a physical interview, look at all the possible, right? How long is it going to take you to get there? You need to calculate that, especially if you are living in Lagos. I don't know about Abuja or other area, but if you are living in Lagos, you need to calculate traffic with it. So you do not want to be late. And I see that almost all the time. Like you see people coming into an interview 5 minutes, 10 minutes late, and the likes. Your coming in early comes with a point if you don't know. So if it's what they call it, a virtual interview, you got a mail that yeah, it's going to be a virtual interview. You're meant to, be in a place that is silent. You're meant to on your camera. They already gave you all the guidelines of the whole interview stuff. And that time came, they are now waiting for you to join. That's a bad impression. Number one. Number two, or maybe you are even in the meeting, and where you are is noisy. You are not staying in the passage. You are going to the bathroom. You are just walking all around, or you are not looking for service up and down. You get. So if you notice that yes, this part of my house, so there's not always service there, or there's service in XYZ place, go there and establish your test yourself. Make sure you test run, do some activities before that time. Make sure you are prepared very, very well, because that matters. So if you do not do all these things, and yes, no magical, it's not magic, it's not rocket science. If you are the best and you have the habit of this nonchalant habits, you did not come to the interview early, you're not even showing anything. They will just say, okay, thank you for your time. And that guy is good. You see it's part of the notes that the talent acquisition is going to send to the management. This guy is good, but we notice XYZ character about this person. And according to this particular rule, this is what we suggest. Blah, 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 blah. They put their full stop, send it to the management. Definitely the management is going to go with it because that's you are not getting the job. It's as easy as like that. So you see some people they'll tell you, I've posted my CV in X-ray, so they will give them interview. You will be the one to acknowledge the interview, acknowledge the date, acknowledge the time. And the time will not that day will come. You will not even say anything. Maybe 5 minutes to that time, you now message that, oh, one of your auntie was admitted in the hospital, or you fall ill suddenly and you were admitted or something. Please, communication is very, very key. If you know you will not be present in that particular interview, just send a mail or send a message, a text like, oh, so sorry, blah blah blah, so thing came up. I would really love to reschedule. See, if you are very even though let's assuming you you are bidding for 3 4 jobs at the same time. First interview came in, second interview came in, you acknowledge. Maybe the main company you are even looking out for now came in. They are meant to, ditch some. What you want to do for that one is don't just ditch it because the one you are going to, you don't even know if you are going to pick you there. What you want to do is you want to send them a mail as early as possible. Send it to them as you're acknowledging that one that you'll be there at that time. Send these ones. I'm so sorry. I really want to, work with you guys. I really, but XYZ came up and I really love to reschedule. They'll surely tell you to reschedule. Okay, what time? Give them a reasonable time. Not telling them, okay, I'm going to come back after 1 week. Doesn't make it. It tells them that you are not even serious in the first place. So you want to be very serious. If you are okay, you pick XYZ date. Today, let's assume you say, okay, tomorrow is Sunday. Let's just assume we are working on Sunday. You told us that you'll be available on Sunday. And now today is Friday. Today is Saturday. You realize that you will not be available tomorrow. Now you reach out to us. So I will not be available on Sunday. What are you supposed to do? Nearest time. Monday is the most realistic time. But if you will not be available on Monday, squeeze your time because now you are inconveniencing them. Tell them, oh, okay, I know okay, Monday is not going to work for me. Look for ways to make it happen Tuesday. Not more than 2 days. No, don't be telling them next week if the job is still. The talent that when you tell them next week, they just remove your name from that list because they know they do not have it. Like, that means you have something else that is important. Who will wait for you for 1 week to come and now join the interview? They are looking to fill that particular role almost immediately because everything depends on it. If you don't know, productivity depends on it, revenue depends on it, tax depends on it. Different thing depends on that particular position. So if it's not filled on time, all these things is going to suffer. So I need you to see it from that point. You look at it like if it's your own business, would you wait for anybody? Are you going to wait for anybody? We say okay, Blessing told me that she's going to come next week. So let's wait for her until we interview Blessing before we evaluate the many people. No, that won't happen. Without you, they will continue. And if you know you are not interested, please don't ghost. I know many Nigerians, I don't know, many people, instead of them just telling, oh, I'm so sorry, I will not be moving forward with this particular position. See, it gives you a good credibility with that particular talent acquisition that yes, this person knows what he wants. Oh, so sorry, I'll not be moving forward because of XYZ reason. If you got another job, I have gotten another job. Oh, I'm not interested because of your lengthy recruitment process. I'm not interested because of your too much assessment. I'm not interested because of your bad communication. I'm not interested. Just give them reason. That's another way of feedback to them too. Don't just ghost. When they call you, you see the person you cut, or you now blacklist them. You don't want to do all that. So please, you want to be here. And when you do that, now you did not know. Them too now they will now go to their own ATS and tag you that this person, this is it. If you do that the first time, maybe they overlook it. They will put it there. Didn't pick, didn't respond. Confirmed from interview date and so time, but didn't show up and showed nonchalant attitude and the likes. That's a note on your list. If you apply to 500 jobs today, it's going to show. Either you like it or not, it's going to show. They will see it. Now that we have like a online footprint that shows that if you apply on Jobberman and someone you applied on Indeed, or you applied on Lobby, or you applied on Nigeria, anywhere you like, you apply. As long as you're a Nigerian, you applied in anywhere, they will get your footprint, all the places all the interview you had in the past. You have all those details. So the one you appeared, the one you did not appear, the one you did, the one you did not did. So you just want to have good credit score. That's what me I call it. The way loan usually is. So if you have a bad credit, bad rating, you will not get a loan. So the same thing too for job. Nigeria is getting to the point where if you have bad character, the kind of person you get jobs, you do it anyhow, you get fired, maybe in one, two, three jobs, you will definitely not get job again because it's going to be in it. You will not need to print your CV out again for anybody. So we just have to be very careful. We need to be very careful now this year. So you need to prepare very, very well. Prepare when you've done all those parts. Also prepare your logistic. If you'll be moving to that place, if it's a place where you need to go physically, if it's an online, make sure you have data on your phone. Make sure your battery is charged. If you are using your laptop, use your laptop. If you are using earpiece, test it before that time. Call your friend. Use that the same Google Meet link. If it's Google Meet link, just create a link, send it to these tools are free. Just go there, you have a Gmail account, send it to your friend, chat with your friend. Do you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Oh, okay. Can you see my face? Is it clapping? Is it this? You ask yourself all this. If it's Zoom, use it, go to Zoom, create a short link, send it to maybe your relative, your brother or anybody, send it to them. Talk. Make sure that all these things are going very well. Sit ready for it within 30 to 1 hour, you are done with the whole thing. And yes, you have a good distance, good. If network, now mess up, maybe during the call, drop a message immediately to the talent acquisition. You are currently having, challenges with your network and the likes. So you suggest is there any way you can continue because you really want to continue? Do you want to reschedule or something? Is there any other way? Then the person will be the one to give you that because they know yes something like that can happen. We are in Nigeria, so it's not yeah, you are not God. It's something that can happen. So you want to look out for these things. So that's that. So and I would like to ask, is there anything that I know at least some of us in this room must have attended some interview? Is it physical or online? If it's physical, can you just indicate in the chat? If it's online, can you just indicate in the chat? So what is that one thing that has helped you to arrive on time and make you stay calm throughout the whole process? Maybe stay calm and prepared throughout the whole process so you are not rushing in and you are not settled in, like you are now looking for your CV up and down. And yeah, I'd just like us to put it in the chat while we move forward. So and yeah, so do you have any questions there? Okay. I see someone through a laugh emoji. So yeah. So yeah. So oh sorry, this is a typo. Sorry about this. So sorry. So this part is just to help us the way you sit, um the way you sit or look at if it's a virtual meeting, the way you look at your camera while on the call, the way you sit, all these things mean something. While you are talking to um the talent acquisition or the CEO or whatever the person may be. So you want to make sure that you are giving the right impression at that time. You don't want your action to be saying something else and you are doing something else. You want to pay attention to that. So I will ask, with sitting composure, like this person, we have two people now in this image. I would like you to just tell me either A, is it the one on green, the one on blue background, or the one on green background? Which one do you think is giving a confident, body gesture? Is it blue or green background? That's for the first image. green background. Thank you. Thank you. We need more response, please. We need this is supposed to be interactive. So yeah, so you want to sit upright and look into the person's eyes once in a while. You don't want to be doing eye contact with the person like eye challenge. That's not what I said. That's not what I mean. You get so you are just meant to make sure that yes, you are not looking away, you are not like lost in the room. You want to give them eye contact and gesture with your head that yes, you are understanding what they are saying. And if possible, you can also repeat maybe one or two sentences that they said last, just to show that yes, you really understand what they are saying. And yes, you are picking it from that place moving forward. So you have that attention to details. You are telling them, yes, I understand what you are saying, and I can give you the right answers. So you want to use your hand, while talking to you. You want to use it to also, uh, demonstrate while talking. Not just, you don't want to be flinging it around and just, you want to use the right gesture. The way you sit upright, and yeah. So if you're on a call, you want to, the second image is who is looking more confident? Is it the one on yellow or the one on just light blue paragraph? Which one will you say is looking more confident? Is it the one on yellow or the second one? I need a chat. I need some answers in the chat box. Who okay, yeah, blue. Thank you. So we want to pay attention to this. So you want to make sure you are smiling always if you are on virtual meetings, because virtual meetings they can't really see everything about you. They can only see your face. They can only hear your voice. So you want to make sure you are smiling, not boning. Smile as smile. So when I mean smile, I'm not saying you should just start laughing. Yeah, smile, get. And yes, you want to also make sure that you are looking straight into the camera while talking and relax. And yes, by doing so, yes, you are showing them that yes, you are alive on that call. You are not just there. Yeah. So this is the end of the whole thing, and this is the end of the whole session. So I would like to ask this because after every interview, when is the appropriate time you are meant to send a thank you email to the talent acquisition? I know some of us might not even think it's necessary for us to send a mail, because yes, or a message thanking them for their time to interview us. Majority of applicants do not do that. So if you are doing that, that sets you apart, and that's your own unique proposition or your own unique selling proposition. So your USP. So is it within 24 hours, after a week, or only after when they contact you first? So when is the appropriate time you think it is right for you to send a mail, appreciating them for that opportunity given to you to, showcase your experience, sell yourself to them? I like answers in the chat box, please. Yeah, thank you very much. So we have that is within 24 hours. Yes, thank you. I have my people back now. Okay. Okay. So can we? So definitely, yes, it should be within 24 hours, please, no more than that. Within 24 hours, even if possible, you meet after you drop the call, maybe after like 30 or 1 hour, you can just send that particular mail or send that particular message. If you have their WhatsApp message, you can send them WhatsApp. If you have their mail, you can send them mail. So why that you are, and keep in touch, try and stay in touch with them, because that it makes you stand, you have like, as I said in the previous session we had, you can have over 400 people that applied for a job. Recently like this, okay, let me give you the most recent. Let me even check. I think I'm coming, just hold on. The most recent, we posted a job recently and we got over 1,000. I want to check the figures. I don't want to give you wrong figures. We got over 1,000, I think 1,005 applicants applied for that job, that particular position. So I'm just if you have like, that means you are competing with a lot of people. Like, so we have over 1,523 people that applied for that job. 1,523 people that applied for that job. So if you have 1,523 people that applied for a job, for a position, fine. We are not employing more than, we are not employing one person. We are employing more than one. But if we are just employing 10 people. So, and we have over 1,523. So do you see the number of people you are running, you are in a race with? Like, you need to stand out. Like, you need to stand out. You need to have that thing that made you stand out. When you click apply, don't think you are the only one that applied for that job. Don't think, oh, it's just a few, maybe a few 50s. You can have 2,000, sometimes you can have 5,000 people applying for a job. And sometimes it can just be five people we are just looking for. Sometimes it can be two, sometimes it can be one. So it depends. You just have to be very prepared if you really want that job. So all this is just to, just prepare you and give you an insight on how you can, get things done. So we've come to the end of this whole thing. So what is your key takeaway? I'd like you to just give me one thing in the chat box that you learned today that you like to, implement your new strategies, in your new strategy when applying for a job, and when get to the point of, interview. What is that one thing, or what are the things you are going to do, you make sure you are going to do, to make sure that it lands you that offer? I've tried my best. I've walked you through from the process of preparation to down to when you can get the offer. If you follow these steps, definitely you will be getting jobs. You will just be coming on auto rotating, automatic jobs. When people are complaining that there are no jobs, to you, will just be like a piece of cake. So, oh, do thorough research. Thank you. Do thorough research on company you are applying. Yeah, definitely. You need that. You need that. Thank you. To behavioral answers and how to introduce myself properly. Thank you very much. That is good. I love it. Yeah, self-confidence and yes, humility. Yeah. Thank you very hungry at that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. See, at least we are taking one or two things up. So do you have any questions? So now this is the right time for you to ask your questions. If you have any questions, please do ask. I'll do my best to answer them to my best of knowledge. Before we wrap up for today. Yeah. Do you have any questions? Yeah, you can proceed. Thank you.
Okay. Firstly, I would love to say thanks for this wonderful opportunity. It's really helped me in a lot of ways, and it's just something that popped up to my mind. I had an interview as at I think last week or so, based on data entry, although it's not really full on data analysis, but that aspect of it is there. So the interview was more like just doing the video clip and stuff like that, but I wasn't chosen because the interview was just based on things like personal questions like introduction, making a short clip and stuff like that. Which is what I did, and I felt I did, but I did not do actually this method. So I'll still try and apply again because honestly, I really need that data entry job. So my question is, how do we like in such situations? There are some jobs which they will tell you to do some clips. How do we answer those questions? How do we outstand in such aspects?
Okay, thank you very much. So as we said, if you are able to remember, let me try and go back to that slide. So this slide that here, this particular slide where we talk about telling them about yourself. See, as I said, it takes just 7 seconds to determine, or even less, to determine if you want to keep listening to somebody or not. So the way you present yourself matters a lot. As I said, you need to tell yourself that yes, so you have this confidence, like you believe in yourself. See, you imagine, okay, I'm saying, to me, you're just like, you get, there's no that you are not putting that energy to it, like you're not adding that. They can't feel the energy. Do you get? So it has to be energy, energy, energy. Do you get? Even though you might have the required skills, but if you are communicating it in a way that you are just saying it, or it looks like you are just reading it from somewhere, it's not like your own personal thing. It might be a problem. Like they might just be like, this guy is cramming something. It's not like, yes, he actually understand what is going on. So for new applications now, there are some applications that when you want to apply, they'll tell you to just record yourself. Um, Tell us about yourself maybe in few minutes. How are you going to address that? Don't forget, you want to practice this very well. Practice this. You want to practice it. What is the present? What is your past? What is the future? What is your future? In the same thing in business to have a pitch. When they want to pitch, when you want to pitch for investments, they are doing the same thing. You are telling them about the same thing. But what they do here is they ask. So what is your ask? That is what is there. So if you do not have a ask, they'll just tell you, thank you, you have a good presentation, thank you, bye bye. So you need to make sure that yes, this is tailored to their business. They are saying it like yes, you are part of them already. That's why you are doing the company's overview. You are checking their LinkedIn page, getting to know some things. Look at their posts, engage their posts. Look at their posts. Look at what are the things you can pick out from their posts. What are the recent, metrics, success metrics? What are the recent things they posted that is positive about the organization? What are the things that interest you about that particular organization? These are things you need to watch out for. And that matters. If you're able to iron those things out, it's going to come out well while presenting yourself. I don't know, was I able to answer that?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other question before we leave? So okay, I think yeah, someone here asked a question. Yeah, sorry. So let me just quickly address that. Said how can they, reject an offer um without it affecting them in the future? See, you have the choice to reject any offer in this world. That's just it. Nobody is forcing you to come to any organization. Even under Nigerian constitution, labor laws, it is stated clearly you have offer, you have free will. Is under free will. You have, even if you are working with them, you can terminate the contract. You have that will. Nobody is holding you as an hostile in your business. So what you just need to do is come up with a tailored reasons. As I've always said, you need to have a reason. Why are you turning down the offer? So what is the reason? You need to state the reason. First thing first, you want to appreciate the opportunity given to you. Because for you to get to that stage, maybe to the offer stage, that means definitely you meet their expectation and you are the kind of person they are looking for. You are the type of person they are looking for. So if it's maybe salary dispute, maybe the net salary you guys are looking at is not, is not aligning with your own goals or something. Just tell them point blank. It's something you already, willing and ready to work with them, but this doesn't align with your own um what do you call it, your own goals, with your and with your expertise, what you are bringing to the table. Know your worth. That's just it. Know your worth. I'm not saying yes, you need to evaluate yourself and tell yourself the truth. If you need to get some new skills, get some new skills. And not just getting certificates. Also, I need to do all certification courses and just have all these certificates. If you have those certificates and you do not understand those things, it's still like you do not know them. So even if you do not have any certificate for it and you know it, point blank, forget, they will pay you for it. I've said it here times without number. I said we wanted to hire a digital marketer. Our budget was I think 250 or 200 initially when we set out the job. We got somebody, we negotiated. The guy was inside the car when we were interviewing because he was out. He did his interview inside the car virtually. And the way he has done his maths, like he understand everything. He understand the problem we have currently. So he was telling us point blank, he was telling us, he was directing his answers to our problem. From 400K, we were able to increase his money. We didn't help from two something that we start. We increased the money, we didn't pay that. We had to pay extra just to bring him, on board. Because yes, we know that yes, he can actually deliver. You get. So when we see that potential in you, definitely sometimes the money might not even be the problem. That's what you don't know. Because they are telling you that okay, the job is 150 and you are bidding for 200, and you're like, no, the company cannot pay 200. Okay, let's do 180. You are negotiating. That doesn't mean the company can't really afford to pay you that much. You get. So when it gets to that, the company it can be a company that has funds. You get that. Yes, the problem you want to solve for them is something that is very big. So what you need to do is you can also go to ChatGPT or Gemini and just ask them specifically. Tell ChatGPT to act. Always tell him to act as the candidate. You narrate the whole thing to him. Act as the candidate that applied for XYZ, so this thing has went to XYZ stage, done this, done this, done this, done this, done this. Then got offer that didn't really meet his expectation. I'm just using that as an example. So, and want to reject the offer. How best can I do that? He's going to write a mail for you tailored to that particular situation. And it will be very, very brief. And tell it, I need it to be very brief, not more than XYZ characters. He's going to do that. Then you just proofread it, change one or two things, then send it to them. It's as easy as that. You don't have to, keep you spending 2 hours to write a mail when you have a machine that can help you do that. But the thing is, you want to appreciate them, which I know the tool is going to, ChatGPT or AI is going to help you do that for sure. They are going to help you. They will appreciate the opportunity, then give reasons for why they are rejecting that particular offer, and giving the rejection and keeping it open if you want negotiation. Don't forget, keeping it open if you are open to negotiation. If you are not open to negotiation, then you just close it up. No need. So when you close it up, tell the ChatGPT or this, no need. I'm done. I'm not interested anymore. So now he's going to put it there. Then you proofread it, tell you how everything is going. Then you read it, change one or two words to your own God. Then yes, you can send it. So when the talent acquisition reads it, you understand that okay, yes, this didn't really align with your business, with this particular person, and looking from the point of things, this person does not really want to work with us. It's not a problem. It's just clarity. You understand what you want, and you are going for what you want, and we too we understand what we want. So also trying to look for it. So that is that. Was I able to answer that? Thank you. Okay, so someone wanted to speak there. Who's the person? Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Timmy. This was an amazing section. Like after this session, I'm sure every single intern here can, walk into any interview room and own the room, speak confidently, and answer interview questions without fear or without wondering what to say or how best to say it. Thank you so much. You've given so much value on this section. You've taken them from how to showing them the real reason why they should know how to present themselves in an interview to showing them how to do it. We really do appreciate. Please let's show Mr. Timmy some love. Let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him with our emoji. This was an amazing session. Um, Thank you so much, Mr. Timmy. We are so excited.
Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate the opportunity to be here with these wonderful people. And yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. So if no further ado, I think I'll be, yeah, thank you very much. The whole Mason family is also, thanking you. So yeah, that will be all from my hand for now. So I would like you to go and, maybe next time when we meet, just have 3 questions from this previous. I didn't really draft them. So what are the things I would like to just say it out if you can write it down. So that's like your review questions, and I'll try and ask maybe in our next session. Um, so one is, what is one key takeaway that you're able to implement in your process? Then um, two will be, I'm just trying to think about it. So two should be, let's say, let me check. So two can be what company or what projects were you able to, implement this particular stuff you've learned today. So you want to give us one case scenario that you're able to apply, either you going through the company's details, breaking down your job description, analyzing your CV, practicing, questions that could come up in the future. Just anyone you were able to, to implement using the STAR framework, using the triangle framework, anyone that you're able to implement personally in any project. We want you to, just tell us about that project and how that was able to, make it look much more good and yeah, smooth. Then the last one is, what will you rate the class? So rate the class. So the next time when we meet, I want these 3 things to be ready. So just tell us what you think about it. Thank you. So that is all for me. Back to the host. Thank you.
Okay. So guys,